Are you concerned about losing your Medi-Cal or your health insurance benefits in 2026? And what is coming in the near future regarding healthcare? Hi, I'm Tommy at medicalinsurancetoday.com. Getting a lot of calls and a lot of concern, and I'm going to dive right into the political contention because the healthcare system has got the government shut down, and a lot of people are concerned, and we're fielding a lot of those calls. So here at Medical Insurance Today, we've done historically a mountain of individual health insurance, a lot of covered California, and with that covered California system, Medi-Cal is attached to the covered California system for lower income people. Now, nationwide, Medi-Cal is called Medicaid, same system. It's, you qualify for free state benefits based upon your household income. We're going to talk about a couple scenarios today, but the first one I like to talk about, I just did in my short video, is talking about a single individual. Now, nationwide, there's a federal chart that's set that says, okay, if you make less than this income, you qualify for state benefits through Medi-Cal. You get free health insurance. Now, if you're below that line, it's a given, just based upon your household income. There's no other qualifying factors. It's income driven through the Affordable Care Act to get state Medi-Cal. Now, for the folks that are over that line of $21,597 as a single individual, if you're over that line, then you go into a private health care plan through Covered California or a state exchange, depending where you're at. But in California, it's called Covered California. And if you're over that $21,600 annually, then you buy a private health insurance plan from the Anthem Blue Cross or Blue Shield or Health Net or Kaiser, any of the plans that are local. You'll have your choice of picking from those companies, and they'll have different prices. But let's say, for instance, that single individual that's been on Medi-Cal and they actually make $24,000 a year, that person's going to qualify for super affordable and in many cases $0 private health insurance from those said companies, Anthem, Blue Cross, etc. They're going to get insurance at a highly discounted rate because their income is low. That's how the exchange system works. So lower income folks are still getting a lot of financial help, but you might have to pay a small premium. At $24,000 of income, there will again be $0 plans to buy, many of them. Some plans, if you're buying into what we would call a better plan, people say better. What's a better plan? If you're buying a better plan or a PPO, you might spend $30, $40, $50, $75 a month for the PPOs at $24,000 of income. So not everyone's losing their insurance. There's a big push in the media to spin what's actually happening in the market, and I am right smack in the middle of everything that's being discussed, and I see it on a daily basis, and I want to talk about a couple other scenarios that we see frequently. So I've been doing this since the beginning of the ACA that started in 2013. The law passed in 2010. It went into effect in the end of 2013 to start January coverage, January 2014. Been doing it since the very beginning. Have literally helped over 9,000 families and individuals into health insurance through the Covered California system. In that time, I have seen countless hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of people that have never ever validated their income and are on Medi-Cal. You can literally go into the system, declare to the system that, hey, I make $15,000 a year, and they'll give you Medi-Cal right now without any validation, any proof of income, or any paperwork to prove it. What is happening now in the media is the system is going to start validating your income 2 times a year, I've been told. And we'll see if that comes to fruition. But you're going to have to provide a pay stub or a written letter of explanation or your tax returns or some kind of proof of income, they call it, to document that you actually qualify for the benefits. That's the only thing that's changing. In my mind, as a good red-blooded American, I love our country. I think that if you're going to get a free benefit, it shouldn't be an issue to show a pay stub or document that you actually qualify for those free benefits. Now, if you're below that income line, I want you to have those benefits, and the system wants you to have those benefits, and you will most certainly retain those benefits. You will get health care and Medi-Cal if you're below the $21,600. If you're above it, you're not supposed to be getting free health care. It just is what it is. But the kicker is that people aren't going to be losing their health insurance, and that's where the spin is happening in the media. Is that it's not taking health care away from everybody. You're just going to have to prove that you qualify for it, and I think that that's an absolutely fair and reasonable proposition. So, not to fear. If you are concerned about your health care, call us. That's something that we do every single day, is help people qualify whether or not they're going to be eligible for Medi-Cal, and those benefits are going to remain if your income qualifies you. Now, if you're moving into the private market and you have to buy a health insurance plan, We are very knowledgeable, very skilled, and very able at explaining what you're going to qualify for, what the costs are, talking about co-pays and what expenses you're going to have on your plan. Because going from Medi-Cal, you're used to paying nothing to get the policy, and you pay nothing to use the policy for your co-pays for the doctor, or if you get admitted to the hospital, God forbid, or if you need prescriptions, you don't pay anything out of pocket on Medi-Cal. When you go into a private plan with an Anthem, a Blue Cross Blue Shield, let's say that individual that makes $24,000 a year, that person is going to qualify for many plans that will cost $0 a month, and they might have a $15 copay to go to the doctor, and a $20 copay to go to the specialist, and a small copay for prescriptions, and very low out-of-pocket expenses. So the system is geared that if you are lower income, the plans that are offered for someone with $24,000, $26,000, $28,000 a year, the copays and deductibles are lowered significantly, so that it makes the plans affordable for consumers to use and to access. So, long summation of this is that healthcare is not going away for lower income folks. That is spin. It is generating a lot of fear, and it's political spin that is unjustified, and it's causing a lot of turmoil for a lot of people and a lot of fear, which I don't like. I don't like seeing it. And I don't like dealing with it in the office because people are in panic mode. Many people are. And in some cases, rightly so. If you're sick and you're concerned about losing your health care, that's a real consideration. But this is something we can help you through. We are very knowledgeable at managing the process, talking about it in detail, and ultimately the consumer is going to choose what they want. And obviously everyone needs to have health care. I believe that. I believe everyone needs to have access to affordable health care, and that still is remaining. That is not going away. So I don't like seeing the spin out there, and I don't want to get into politics, but I can tell you that healthcare is not going away for lower income folks, as the TV is telling everybody. So if we can help you, please reach out to us. We are super knowledgeable and super able, and would love to help guide you through if you are concerned or have questions. MedicalInsuranceToday.com, and we look forward to serving you.